This is why I love Warper so much, is because Warper will be like, hey, jump in the middle of fire and fight some dude. Go ahead, 3, 2, 1, you ready? Okay, go.
Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Wasteland World. This is going to be my first ever review for Season 3, guys. Season 3 has officially started of Wasteland. This is going to be for Wasteland Season 3, Episode 1, the season premiere, All I See Is a Monster.
Okay guys, this is going to be another video for today. This one's going to be doing another video for Wasteland World. This is going to be doing my first review for Season 3 of Wasteland World. Season 3 is going to be for Season 3, Episode 1, which is called All I See Is a Monster. So guys, the time has come. Wasteland has made its return with the Season 3 premiere. I will let you guys know I've seen this episode for a few weeks now. However, it is now time to talk about the episode with full spoilers. The episode is officially released, and if you're wondering where my Episode 2 review is, that will be posted tomorrow in the channel. So just, to keep that in mind, Episode 2, I only am going to be seeing on the actual airing night, and then the following day, we'll have an Episode 2 review. So stay tuned for that. But Episode 1, All I See Is a Monster. So we jump into this episode, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be really good. The teasers for this season, everything for this season just looked really great. And I can honestly say by the first episode, it did not disappoint. I mean, it did not disappoint. So basically, in the premiere, we focus on Road and we focus on Samson. And Road is struggling a lot with what he did after the end of Season 2. Obviously, he lost his eye at the end of the season. We've jumped some time. We've had the return of Warper. And then, bam, you jump into it. So, him and Samson being out there and kind of going on this, little run here, I thought was very interesting. And I think that Road's mindset in this one is what really hooked me for the episode. Because it is like a 50-minute episode. And they managed to keep you interested, in my opinion, the whole way through. Because as you're going through this episode, you're noticing Road's perspective, which is always the biggest argument I have with Season 2. And I'm glad that, in a way, they kind of corrected that in Season 3. And we get to see these black and white flashbacks kind of throughout of Road and of what, how, he just kind of wants to die. And we get to see that as they find this kind of abandoned community, him and Samson. And basically, we get the idea that he doesn't really want to live anymore. He asks Samson in this episode to kill him. And I'm just like, what? So that right there for me is a huge moment for the show, because it just solidifies, Road's perspective on things and how he feels and how he doesn't want to live. And it's just like, oh my God. So, honestly, Season 2 Road and then you see Season 3 Road, total different character, honestly. Total different man and a totally different character overall. And honestly, I don't know, when he begged Samson to take him out, I was just like, wow, that is insane. So, we don't see too many of our other characters in this one, like Reaper or other characters like this. Obviously, we have yet to see some of those characters a little bit this season, but we do focus a lot on Road and Samson, and I thought it was brilliantly done. Their dialogue so engaging and honestly so just top-notch with the Road character, because like I said, when he tells Samson to kill him, I'm just like, hold up, what? So, honestly, that says something. It does. It says something about this episode. So, let's talk about the other thing in this episode. So, we get to see Warper in this one, and we've got Brick, who basically goes over to him, and Brick tries to join up with Warper and with his guys. Now, Warper in this episode, as usual, amazing return for that character, returning after Season 2, having that, an episode fully with that character again in this one, I loved it. Road, really great, Samson, really great, but in my opinion, Warper still steals the frickin' show. And every time I see him on screen in this episode, every time I see him on screen in the show in general, I just get blown away. But man, do they ever test him? I mean, do they ever test Brick in this episode? And yeah, you can tell Warper, kind of stalled it for a bit. But he knew. I mean, he knew he wasn't going to keep him around. And basically, we've got like this kind of fight to the death kind of situation that goes on here, where they're surrounded by fire, and you've got the two of them, Brick and the other guy, that fight to the death. And winner goes free, basically that whole kind of thing. And no, Brick is killed in this episode, and he's kind of, he steps into this part underground, and they just kill him. They absolutely murder him, and that is basically that. So Brick is killed in this episode, and Warper is back. Man, the guy is back. Like, honestly, he's not just back just to be back. No, he's back. So that I really like, and I'm glad to see, just Warper just absolutely just stirring the crap, stirring the pot, and, just what he always does. So I love that. So that was great. Now, getting to see in this episode as well, too, which is another scene I really like, is the meetup between Rhodes, Samson, and Warper. Now, this meetup was something interesting here for me, because it's like, it's like the fans. Like, you see Warper for the first time, you're like, wait, what? You're actually alive? Like, I thought you were dead. So, seeing that right there, that was a huge moment for me, and probably one of the highlights of this episode. When you see the three of them meet. Because for me, like, the main trio of this show is always going to be Rhodes, Samson, and Warper. Those are just always the characters that I care about the most. I care about their storylines the most. And every other character for me, it's like, they're there. They're always part of the story. But, there's always that main trio I look at with this show, and it's always the same thing, which basically has been this way since season 1. Rhodes, Samson, and Warper. If there's an episode that doesn't include one of the three of them, I'm always wondering where they're at, So that's kind of the main thing about this show, is that the three of them, I really like it. When they meet up, I don't know, something about it's really cool. Kind of nostalgic in a way, you could kind of say. And it's just, I don't know, it's a really well done scene overall. So let's also elaborate on another thing about this episode that I really liked, is I really like just the way the episode is visually. Like, when you look at it, man, honestly, season 1, really good. Season 2, really good. But season 3, and I remember this is one thing I talked with, Matt and Wasteland World Official about quite a bit throughout the break, is that I remember they said, like, this is the season that was probably the hardest for them in terms of set building and, building sets and this and that for the show. And I remember they said that it's very different. It's not like first person anymore either. Like, it's filmed like an actual show this season. And it's like, it's more in the woods but it's not boring. Like, it's not low budget, just, we have to hang out in the woods because we got no locations. No, the way it looks is awesome. I love the kind of wild, out in the wild kind of look to it. I don't know, I think visually, it just looks really good. It looks really, really good, and I'm honestly impressed with it. I really, really am impressed by just the way they made it work. I thought it looks fantastic. Now, Brick as a character, I mean, honestly, what a character. That is just, man, I gotta say, what a character. Now, I'm gonna say this, like, having him return and having him be a character for one episode, I think it worked well, because I feel like you did need a death to set up this season, and again, to also just kind of reiterate the fact that, no, Warper's not different. Like, he's not different. He'll make you fight right in a thing, like, surrounded by fire. He doesn't give a crap. So, honestly, this is why I love Warper so much, is because Warper will be like, hey, jump in the middle of fire and fight some dude. Go ahead. 3, 2, 1, you ready? Okay, go. And it's just like, I don't know. As soon as I was seeing some of that, I'm like, okay, the man is back. No, Warper's not dead. He's not, he's possibly alive. He's doing fine. No, Warper is back, and he is back. I mean, this episode, does it ever does it ever make that point clear? The guy is back. I mean, he is back, and I love it. Let's talk about the ending, because I'm sure people are going to want to hear what I think about this ending, which is the Mercer character. So, he makes a return at the very end of this episode. It's very brief, but we do see him get out of this, like, underground, like, location, and we do obviously know coming up in the rest of the season that he is going to be having his own solo episode, so we'll have to see where that goes. Because I know that the episode 6 of this season is going to be a very, Mercer-focused episode. So I'm interested in seeing where that goes and how much we see of that, coming up. But basically, that is my thoughts. That is my thoughts on the season 3 premiere. I loved it. I really did. I loved the road flashbacks, the kind of black and white scenes, the way they treat those scenes, kind of delving into Rhodes' character a little bit more, which is something that, like, I've been begging for during, like, the entirety of season 2, and I can honestly say season 3 Rhodes starting off in a good way, I would definitely say. Obviously, we'll have to see how the rest of the season goes, but just his mindset begging for death, like, that's very unusual for that character, and I like it. I like the change. I like the difference in that character, and he's not as annoying as he was last season. And Samson, always great, always a fun character. Really like Samson as kind of the supporting character for this show, in my opinion. And we got, Warper, who is, a fantastic character. Mickey always kills it. I mean, Mickey, honestly, dude, like, you always kill it with this character. And a fantastic villain. Brick, I feel like, was a great character in this one for the, the screen time he had. Crazy death for him. And honestly, in terms of a kind of episode, visually, just overall, the writing-wise, the dialogue, the character moments, it might be one of my favorites of the show. And I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10 for this premiere. I think it was really great. And honestly, it just kind of gets your interest going for this season. And I can honestly imagine, like, I know that this review is going to be coming out when everybody sees episode 2, but again, like, I can already imagine episode 2 is probably going to jump into some crazy stuff probably right off the bat. So that is my thoughts. 9 out of 10. All I see is a monster. Fantastic premiere, but I definitely want to hear from you guys now in the comment section below. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Write your comments in the comment section below. Wasteland is back. The reviews are back, and stay tuned for more, guys. If you guys are new here, click to subscribe and tune in to some videos for Wasteland World. Follow Dan's Walking Reviews, subscribe, guys, and of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Wasteland World. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?